Okay, hello everybody. This is Chris from the Stewart Buzz. By the way, we have two people here today. The camera was moved. If you can just take off your headset for 2 seconds and just move the camera just a little bit this way because we want to make sure we get you in there. Yes, ma'am. A little bit more. A little more. And that should be good enough. Okay, here we go. I have to mute you. Anyway, hello everybody. This is me again. Every single day with the podcast. All right, I wanted everybody to introduce themselves. Young lady, you go first. Go ahead.
My name is Josephine Morrow. I live in Boca Raton, Florida.
Sorry to hear that. Okay, so that's good. Okay, good. So, and your name, young lady?
Maria?
All right, Maria. And you live in Boca Raton as well?
No, I live in Port St. Lucie.
Oh, sorry to hear that. All right, so anyway, so why did you come here today?
I came to interview with you for a job
To do
to
readings.
do readings.
So you'd be working for yourself, not for me.
Yeah, and I've also learned a lot of stuff about myself that you have brought more to light than I
Anticipated.
Yes, correct.
So when you read me, you said that you were a tad bit nervous reading, right?
Yes,
Okay. Why?
I guess it was
Overthinking?
correct. Overthinking.
Must be Italian.
It must be the Italian in me,
Yeah.
the Sicilian in me.
I never really understood Sicilian pizza, by the way. It doesn't make any sense. What's that, round pie? That's it. Just the way it is.
It's pizza, pizza.
Well, I don't like the middle of the pizza because I need to have the crust. Very important.
The round pizza.
Right. So anyway, so you felt nervous reading because when I did the reading for you with my piece of paper, did any of that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not saying that you can't do readings here. What I am saying that you have to come up with a storyline, a reason to help people, right?
Yes.
Do you think you can do that?
I think I can. If I stop overthinking, I can.
So maybe we should do a reading live. And so, like, because we have, this week was only 40,000 people watching. So that's not bad. Or you can do the reading.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I'm not that good.
Do you know this girl?
This is my sister.
Oh, okay. So how often do you read?
It's been a while. Probably a couple months.
Ask her a question about somebody who's passed on.
I can't put her on the spot like that.
Yes, you can.
Wouldn't be fair.
Yes, you can.
I didn't do it to you.
I know. Can I do it to her since she is my sister?
Well, how do I know that you're asking a question that, like, she already knows?
Well, I was going to ask her a question about my dad.
Well,
We haven't spoken about my dad.
so you have separate dads.
No, we have the same dad.
So then what the... I haven't asked you a question about my dad. Well, why is it your dad and not her dad?
Dad.
Right. Yeah, I didn't hear you say that. Now, she's going to know the question about her dad because it's your dad, right?
Yes.
Our dad.
Right.
Yes, our dad.
So why don't you have her ask you a question about my dad?
Yes.
How do you, I mean, maybe she can come up with something like that. Everybody, would you like to see that? Everybody, yeah. Oh, 5, 4, yeah. Wow. People on here. By the way, this is pre-recorded. There's nobody watching right now. Yeah, just letting you know. So, are we boring you? Are you okay? Everything's good?
You okay?
She can't hear you.
You okay?
That's right. I can't hear me either unless I have these on.
She can't hear.
So, you go ahead and then ask the question. Now, what were you going to ask about your dad? What's different than her dad?
Okay. Well, it's our dad. I was going to ask her, the readings you gave me, I'm going to ask one question that you put down on the paper, which
How do I know she didn't see the paper?
She didn't show me anything.
I didn't show her anything. I took it right into it's right
Oh, I
there.
believe her. I can't.
I tucked it right back in the bag as soon as you gave it to me.
Okay, go ahead, do it.
Okay, I was going to ask her, is dad sorry for abusing us as children?
It's too vague. No, it's not too vague. It's too lead on. It's a lead on question.
Lead on.
Well, it's a lead on question, but you can answer it.
Okay, ask daddy, ask papa. I'm going to say it so he understands. Ask papa, why did he abuse us as children?
Ooh. Go ahead.
He didn't know better because that's what was done to him.
People are products of their environment. But the first question was better. Because honestly, is he really sorry?
No.
Wrong. Because on the piece of paper it says that he is.
I told you I can't do readings.
But you can.
No.
You can. So it's funny because the way I do readings, she can't do.
I would really love to learn the way he does. That was really phenomenal.
I would love to.
Well,
I told you I needed you to help me.
Let's
remember?
put, yeah, you never showed.
I didn't.
But let's put things into perspective here. I don't know her. I mean, I don't even remember ever reading her, but apparently I did.
You read her.
You read
Okay, but not you, right?
No, you read
okay.
her.
So let's put it this way. I mentioned something to her that her husband said that she did not openly say to anyone.
Ask Rick about what we were talking about.
So nervous.
There's nothing to be nervous about.
Runs in the family.
We're all just here having a good time. No, that's not the realistic way to say it. You should ask what you were thinking about.
Oh yes, correct.
The what?
What I was thinking of. Ask Rick.
What are you
I
was doing? Sign language?
It's an Italian thing. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
It's an
Jesus.
Italian.
I'm not,
Ask Rick.
you guys keep it. You guys do the
No.
reading.
You have to answer this. What was?
Well, why don't we make it easy
Yeah.
instead of putting her on the spot?
Okay.
Right? Okay. So I said to her, can I say that, by the way?
Yeah.
I said to her, well, first of all, I brought up about your husband. And then I said, why would he be asking about the gun? That's what I said. Now, mind you, I didn't say, is he asking about the gun? I told her he was, but he's saying, why would he ask about the gun?
A while back, she was asking me a question. He kept telling me, go into a dresser. It's a middle drawer. It looks like there's a squiggly line in it. There's something in there you need to see. There's something hidden in there for you. That's all he told me. He didn't tell me it was a gun or anything. He just told me you need to go in that drawer. He definitely said it was the middle drawer and you need to look in there.
Well, he told me it was the gun.
Okay. He never said a gun to me. He just said you need to look in that drawer. And that's where the gun was.
That's very cool. I thought you said you couldn't do it.
I can't do it.
Oh, you see. But it came up in her reading. And now, mind you, I was just saying the things that I heard. You, when you read me, I'm surprised you didn't say, oh, gee, you like the color blue. Or, I see you going bald. Or something like that. You were too nervous. You need to chill. You need to, know that you're going to be right. So you got to know you're going to be right. So when I read, number one, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I have no idea. I never pretend to know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I never will know what I'm doing. This is my last year of doing readings. I am not doing any in 2026. And if I do, it's just going to be people that I pick. But as long as you know, and you tell the people in front of you, I have no idea what I'm doing. I was just born this way. This is what I'm doing, and I'm going to tell you whether you like it or not. It's going to suck. If it sucks, that's great. If it's good, that's great. I'm just going to tell you the truth. And you know what everybody says? Oh my God, that's all I came for. I want you to be blunt. Everybody wants them to be blunt. They don't want all this rosy stuff and all this wonderful stuff. What the hell? They're coming here because they're effed up. They don't want to hear that, I see the roses in the backyard. Not that you said that, but, I'm just saying, you don't want vague readings. You want to be like in their face and tell them what's on their mind. That's what you want to do. And I think you can read that way. I just think, like the storyline that I wrote is a perfect way to do it because they get to take it home with them. They get to read the story.
Yeah.
And some of the story they don't know yet. So the story will make sense later, which is really cool.
I'm still trying to figure out who Stephen is. I have no idea who Stephen is, but
Mm.
eventually it will come.
So Stephen can also be Stefan, can also be, I don't know. I don't know what it is either. I'm just told
Yeah.
to say the name. So just remember that. And why would you quit reading?
I just think, I guess so much happened in the last few months. I lost my in-laws and my dad.
Hmm.
I guess
You lost them?
they passed
Oh, they passed away. You didn't lose anybody. No, you didn't lose it. You didn't lose anybody. Hey, there goes somebody like. Um, that's like saying I lost my parents. Although I cannot read myself, so I've not been able to talk to my parents. Parents
That's
died.
Is do you know a lady with whitish blonde hair?
No, do you?
Asking because she keeps coming around here. She has
Oh.
curly, whitish blonde hair.
No, other than the picture that's in the store over there, but it's not white. It's I don't think my mother ever knew a real color of her hair until she decided to go gray. But it wasn't curly; it was completely straight. So I'm not sure about the curls unless she decided to have curly hair now. If you could give me another,
I just see a lady. She keeps coming. She has whitish blonde hair. It's curly hair. She looks like she has bangs, and it's like about up to here. I just keep seeing a lady in here with that. I don't know who she is, but she keeps coming around.
well, that's good. I mean, at least it's like she wants to protect me or something. She,
Could be from the store.
does she want to buy a crystal? No.
You asked me. You told me.
I
to
like
say
that.
anything. Yeah,
No,
you're
that's what you should do. That whatever you feel, whether you think you're right or wrong, you should always think you're right.
Yeah.
I don't because I don't know who it is doesn't mean that I'm not going to know who it is. It doesn't mean that the person wasn't here before the store.
That's what I'm saying. Could have been. Before.
So don't. The biggest problem that I find out when people do readings is they're insecure.
Yes.
They second guess themselves. The biggest thing that I had to get over was worrying about if I'm going to be wrong or right. Now, mind you, to this day, and I've been doing readings for a while, for this day, I still get huge anxiety before every reading. It is just insanely stressful for me. Why? Because you sit in front of somebody for 30 minutes and tell them their entire life, write it down all on paper, and make sense. It's not normal. It's not something you put on a resume. It's like it's hard.
Yes.
So every single day, you have to on cue. Somebody sits in front of you. You have to be able to tell them, and it has to make sense. Some of it, at least. That's what I did with you,
Yes.
right? And that's what you can do, and that's what you can do, and it's probably what you can do. Um,
Oh, it's my mom. Once in a while, things come out of her mouth, and we sit there and we look
no,
at
that's
her.
because she's Italian, right?
That too.
Oh, yeah.
That too. But she says things that all of a sudden just, we're like, where did that come from? It's something that just not that she would normally say. Like I said, she surprises me once in a while.
So when you remember when they took the class with Beth,
Yeah.
do you think that you'd be better reading without cards or with them?
I don't know. Reading with cards, it's been probably a couple years. I have to say the last time I read cards were for my cousin Rosemary. So that was before she passed. So that's been over 2 years. I haven't read with cards. I think probably better without.
I would agree with that. They're sort of a crutch. I know Beth would disagree with her 500 decks of tarot cards, but I never read with cards at all. So my family never read with cards at all. My grandmother did do tea leaf readings as well, being a psychic medium, but never read with cards. You came with a cake bowl, and we're about to make a cake. I guess that's what Italian people do, right? I mean,
Scrying. I mean, I was taught to scrawl with the water, the
you were
bowl,
taught. I
oil.
mean, well, let's get
Yeah.
to that point.
Yeah, they taught the way they showed me,
Okay,
taught me.
who showed you?
My in-law side of my ex-in-law side of the family.
X for a reason.
Ex for a reason.
Okay, so you brought salt.
Salt is to, when you're done scrolling, you throw the salt in to totally stop what you're looking at. It like pushes everything that you're looking at down to the bottom of the bowl. So you're not seeing people, places, things, what you see in the bowl.
What are dings?
Things.
Oh, DINGS. Is that what you said? Dings.
DHINGS.
Oh, I'm
Sorry
sorry.
about my accent.
I'm sorry. Are you from New York at all?
New Jersey.
Sorry to hear that. Okay, so it pushes all the dings back into the bowl, and why can't you just push them in yourself?
What do you mean by pushing in it?
Why do you need salt?
To totally.
I have never once had to protect myself from anything in any reading in any way, shape, or form. When I was a little kid, 8 or 9 years old, I would open up the Bible to Jesus Christ, right? And I would call on Satan, call on Lucifer, a dude I don't believe in, and said, if you're so powerful, please come show me. Knock over the picture. Dude never showed. Dude will never show because he doesn't exist. And I have crosses all over the place. I'm wearing one. There's one right here from Medjugorje on my desk here, from my mother. So if you come here with salt to push all that to the bottom, that means if you don't, something will happen.
I believe
Cool.
so.
Right.
believe
So then why do it?
I guess out of customary, out of the way I was trained, or I'm going to say the way I was taught. That's what they do. They throw the salt in there to kind of.
And do you also throw spaghetti against the wall to make sure it's done?
Oh, I don't do that.
Oh.
Some Italians do, but I don't do that.
I
I
have
don't think neither my sister does that either.
to throw ravioli against the wall. I like ravioli better. But honestly, you don't need to do that because there's nothing in there that can harm you. So I wouldn't worry about that. If you believe, like one of my relatives believes in curses, and the rest don't. Well, like I don't believe in a curse. Curses, the only way curses would work, by the way, and this is really cool because I can do that to make it really loud. By the way, it's really cool. So I can just scream like that. Like I'm not clapping. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. No, but
That's awesome.
where was I? So I don't want you to have to put salt in to push something down that's not there. A curse. I'm going to tell you that you're cursed. You believe in curses, so therefore you manifest that curse yourself. You're the one that's creating the curse. Okay?
I believe that. I believe.
So especially you guys with the little horns hanging from you, like that's what Italian people do with the horns. Hmm. Right. Okay. Yeah. So what good is that? What does that do?
It's supposed to ward off the evil.
What evil? There's
Tradition's supposed to ward off the evil spirits, the evil that's around you. And now I just wear it because it's something that my husband gave me because
something. What DAT? Dat? There's something dat.
my
Oh,
husband,
that.
a gift my husband gave me
I see.
because he thought it was traditional that since Italians
I
have.
am very sarcastic, and
I warned her.
I am. But I'm a caring dude. But I am sarcastic,
I love it.
and I
absolutely
speak.
love it.
If you listen to what I speak precise and clearly. I will speak and say 20. I didn't go out. I didn't. So this, I bought this. No, I purchased it. That's what we say. It's a way to not sound like you're from New York
There's something I
or the
say.
tri-state area.
There's something I say that my brother-in-law, her husband, drives him crazy, and she knows what it is. I always, when we're all together as a group, I say, "Use guys,
Use guys.
use guys," and he goes, "Use guys," and he just like sarcastic, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, you guys." It's like I
Use guys.
corrects me.
I have said that. I mean, that's a fairly common thing for a New Yorker to say, by the way. But you said you're not from New York, but you're from New Jersey,
Yes.
which is even worse. So, no, it's the tri-state. We're all the same. Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York. All right, what's going on here?
The dog's, I guess, choking her, so she's fine.
The dog's choking to death. Oh no, we're gonna have to do animal readings. So, again, are you?
I've always wondered.
Did you not? Do you follow me on Facebook?
Yeah, I do follow, but I've never watched the podcast. I don't go.
No, but the podcast isn't on there, but a post is on there. So the post was from years ago. I was the sole guardian. I was the sole psychic medium for the Guardian Rescue, which is an animal organization on Long Island who had a TV show on Animal Planet. But I helped find missing animals around the country, and there is this one lady that came across a memory like 2 or 3 days ago, and then I reposted the memory. And it said, "Thank you so much. I was about to spend thousands of dollars looking for my lost animal. You told me that my animal was still alive when I thought it was just a rescue and my dog was dead. You told me my dog's right leg was hurt, and it's right where the other dog was going to be found. And we went there, and there was my dog with a broken leg, and we found our dog. Thank you so much." So yes, I don't like to do that. I like to do it. It's just very difficult for me to do because you have to tell me the location of last time your dog was found or last time you saw your dog. And then I go on Google Maps and get a feel of where that dog might be in Google Maps. That's how I would do it. So it is kind of weird. So the people that are watching this podcast, don't call me and ask me where your dog is, please, all right? That's way too much stress for me. So what did you do for a living when you were doing a living?
When I was working.
And that's a good word, yeah.
When I was working. I was working for a spiritual store in Fort Lauderdale called Love and Light Spiritual Emporium, which isn't there anymore. So don't go looking for Love and Light Spiritual Emporium. The store closed down due to COVID.
Wait. Back up with that. The store closed because of COVID.
COVID brought down clientele and people were
We
not-
had COVID here.
I know, and you're doing wonderful.
Well, who said that? But no, seriously, it didn't close because of COVID.
That's the
Because of poor management, because of COVID, I guess. We stayed open. So what we did was a little bit different. We actually said, you can still place your orders. We'll come to your house and deliver them. That's what we did. So we delivered incense, we delivered crystals to the person's house. We left it on their doorstep. They paid us and we were done. They were going to close us, but we didn't. And sitting home, that's just not what we do. So I thought it was best to get in the car and drive around. So they closed due to
COVID. But
a virus.
yes, but they tried doing what you did, but they did a little bit something different, which I liked what you did. They would have that people would order on the phone and the people would come to the store and they would leave it outside the front door when customers would come and pick up their items. But I guess people didn't, it didn't go very well for them
I
that
guess
way.
not. I was not a big COVID fan. Like, I was the dumbass that actually put a sign on the door, mask not required. So that's one of those people. Never got COVID, never got a shot, never got anything. And I was around a ton of people that got COVID. My father probably died of COVID because he died in February 2020 of a respiratory issue, which he. Oh, you killed my dad?
I said, I'm so
Did you kill my dad?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
COVID.
never say sorry if you didn't do something wrong.
Okay, now I have a question for you since you are saying that. Why do so many people then say I'm sorry when you've lost a loved one?
They
What do
say,
you-
I'm sorry for your loss.
Some of them say I'm sorry for your loss. Some of them just say I'm sorry.
Then I always say to them, why did you kill my father?
I
That's how I do all the
I
time.
love that answer. Thank you.
So
I
do
love-
that.
I
So
will be borrowing that from you.
you
Yes.
can do it. You can hit on this podcast. Oh, by the way, just so everybody knows, on the podcast, by the way, on YouTube, there is what they call a thanks button. You can hit the thanks button, and it helps fund all the equipment that we spend and things like that. I think it's like $1.99. Or you can actually become a member and look at all our membership videos that are not privy to the public, but they're private videos. It's not risque or anything like that. We may have a curse word or two, maybe, I don't know. But usually, and by the way, if you become a member for $6.99, you also get 20% off of all the readings that we do. So just giving you a heads up on that little commercial for me. But yeah, so never apologize for something that you did not do. But sorry for your loss is a different story. You're heartfelt sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
I typically don't say that because I don't believe somebody lost somebody. I believe they're on vacation. So the way I portray that stuff, breaking news, is that my parents are on vacation. When I don't copy me now. I see what you're doing. You copy me. So what I tell people is that when I go on vacation, my parents are going to ask me to pay for the bill. I know it. I know it's going to happen. But my mom and dad are not gone, lost. They are on vacation. So I'm not going on vacation anytime soon. But when I do, I will get to meet up with my parents again.
Yes.
If I want to. Hi, how are you? People just randomly walk in when people with headsets on doing a podcast. I don't think I would do that. So anyway, are you going to practice reading the way you do it or the way I showed you or a different way? Now, my way is not the best. I am not the best reader by far. I mean, honestly, people can say I suck. I don't care. But it worked today, didn't
Yes.
it?
I actually, I'm going to try to practice that way. I actually liked it. Like I said, I am going to try doing it that way. I'm going to try anybody who wants a reading, I'm going
Do-
to like practice with my mom and my sister.
Just don't throw salt at people,
No,
okay?
I
'Cause
won't.
well, now that you're not going to be using the whole water thing, and I mean, take salt and throw it at the person. That's not really good because you can get salt in their eyes and stuff like that. The only place salt should really go is on pasta. That's the only place it should go. And I eat chickpea pasta, so I have to put a lot of salt on it. But
See, she's agreeing with you.
yes, it's banza.
Bam, bam,
Yeah, whatever. It's a chickpea pasta. It lowers your blood sugar, by the way. It's really good for you. Yes, and I'm healthy. Apparently. I don't know. My A1C is 6.5, so that's pretty good, right, for an old man? Yeah, I'm old.
He's
I
old.
am old. I'm freaking old.
You're not.
Really? What year were you born?
67?
Oh, I'm older than you.
No, you're not.
I'm not? I'm older than you. Trust me. Trust me. Aveeno. It's just a keeps the wrinkles away, what I say. And what do you do for a living? Well, isn't that like cheating? I mean, like, like, oh, I see you made no money this week. I'm sorry. Like, yeah. How long have you been coming to the store that's over there? What's it called?
Like,
Oh, yeah. How long you been going to that store? Look, I have somebody at my door right there. It's showing right there. But you've been coming here for a while, right? That's almost 9 years now. That's a long
I was
time. You were a child. You were a child. You're still a child. You're very young. Well, number one, you look young. You know you do. I've always said that you looked young. But oh my God, your kids like look just like you. It's scary.
The twins and Kayla? Yeah.
they all tell me no, they look like their father.
No, they don't. They look
No,
different.
they walk in, and mind you, they've grown since the last I've seen them. But yeah, you can tell it's your daughter for sure, without a
Yeah.
doubt. Yeah, I say that as well. Um, but I thank you both for coming on. We were actually talking for 31 minutes, and apparently you made it. And this is going to be all over the place. All over the place. And I'm going to tag you in it, and I'm going to tag all your friends. And I'm going to, it's just going to be all over the place. I didn't force her to do it. I think her sister forced her to do it.
Yes, I did.
So I would love for you to be able to read for us again. And when's that going to happen?
Definitely give me about 3 weeks to practice.
3 weeks?
Probably not even. Just maybe about 2 weeks, a week to practice. I'm going to get myself together.
But you live in Boca.
That's okay. It's
I
all
live here. She can stay with me.
I can stay with her. It's not a big deal. Well, honestly, it's only a 45-minute drive. It just, there's construction in Lake Worth and
Why do you
Boynton.
live in Boca?
I know, I want to leave
I've been trying to
Boca.
get her to come up here.
Yeah, I would.
No.
I mean, get the hell out of Boca.
Well, you did say there's a move in 8 months in my reading, so.
Oh, I
and
did actually.
So there is, in the plan.
No, but there was a little glitch too.
There was a glitch, but there is a plan of me moving in 8 months.
Is that true though? Do you know that?
There's a plan.
She's always been talking about moving, but they've never done anything.
Well, now it's set in stone. We're going to move. I already have a buyer for the house, so my.
Do you know that?
She tells me that there's someone interested.
Well, there's 2 people interested.
What the hell are you waiting for? First of all, it's Boca.
I want her out of Boca too. I want
Right.
my mom out of Boca.
Near Boca is Del Rey.
I'll be happy with Lake Worth or Boynton or even closer to her.
Listen, I lived in Del Rey off of Lake Ida, and you can't even go downtown Del Rey. I had a motorcycle and I couldn't find a parking spot. Hello, really? A motorcycle? You could park on the freaking lawn, and
Yeah, downtown Boca's crazy.
don't be a copycat now. My watch is much more sophisticated than your little watch over there. Okay. This is the newest watch, where it actually do that with your fingers. I told you about you. You've been in since that I got this watch. Oh yeah, I was selling my other watch. You didn't buy it, did you? Oh. Whoever bought my watch, let me know how it's doing. I kind of miss them. But I think what the hell is wrong with you? Don't want to go to Port St. Lucie.
I love Palm City. I'm trying to get her to come to.
Palm City would be nice. We live on Hutchison, and
It's beautiful over there.
yeah, right, it's great. You have to, every single condo, high rise, has a car wash because,
How did I miss that?
well, let me explain. It comes from the pond, which is full of salt water because it's right near the ocean. So you're washing your car with salt to get rid of the salt.
Like that really make,
I'm just saying, I do the same. I do it, but they all have it because so salt doesn't sit on your car and erode your car. So when you are in your house by the ocean, you have to dust every day. Every day. And if you don't dust, you don't have to throw salt at anything to get rid of the negativity. It's just there already. There's salt all over the place. You're automatically cleansed.
I like that. Yes, I need to move closer to the beach, to the sand. So it's automatically,
You live in Boca.
I know, I live in West Boca to boot.
Oh, really? West Boca?
Yeah, West Boca.
What are you doing that for?
I don't know,
We've
that's-
all lived, I think we all lived there at
We've
one
all,
time.
yeah, well, we're still there.
I started it. It was my fault. I moved to Boca first, and then
Did you really?
Lake Tahoe, and then I went to Lake Worth, and then Palm City, and now
Now we're trying to get out.
yeah. So I started the Boca.
It's really not hard to get out. I mean, you just say, okay, we're getting out. And let's go, you know.
Yeah, when you have a buyer, it's easy to get out. We're trying to sell her
It's
condo.
also
That's the
hard
hard.
to buy right now too. Prices are very high.
That's true. The interest rates are extremely high.
Yeah.
We bought it like 3% or something like that.
Did we bought it at 2 points.
Yeah, we were really lucky, but now that's really a cute dog. You want to put the dog on? I know I wasn't talking to you. So you can put the dog on the podcast right in front of the camera, by the way, if you wanted to. You have to take your headset off, though. So, everybody, I'd like you to look at the psychic dog. This dog is an intuitive psychic dog. He can do readings for you. If he pees on your leg, that means that it's good luck. So, there you go. There is the dog. What's the dog's name? Ricky? Ricky Lake no longer has even a. I don't think Ricky Lake. You called Ricky Lake? Oh, I was going to say, why would you call Ricky Lake after you? Oh, okay. So that after Ricky Lake, who no longer has a job, the talk show host, Ricky Lake, but she had a talk show. But she did, right?
Yeah,
Ricky Lake.
she did have.
And then she was actually, I got a better one. Do you know whose sister Ricky Lake played in the sitcom? Come on. Who did Ricky Lake play in the sitcom? She was the sister to somebody. I believe the King of Queens. You never watched the King and Queen? You lived in New Jersey. Tonight.
I know who's in it. I just never watched it.
Who's in it?
I don't know names.
Oh, gee.
He always works with Adam Sandler.
That's correct.
I like Leah Remy. I like
Yeah.
her.
I have a really cool story about Ray Romano, though. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
great.
just don't know names. I know by faces. I just
So anyway, my mother, Ray Romano used to hang out with my cousins, all right, in Forest Hills. So my mother we were all at Forest Hills, and Ray was downstairs playing with my cousins. I was downstairs playing with my cousins. I didn't know Ray Romano any different than I knew my cousins. I mean, everybody was just the same. They were doing comedy shows at the church across the street. My uncle was a deacon who married me. That didn't go well, by the way. But anyway, my mother gave Ray a reading. My mother's not psychic. My mother's psycho. But anyway, here's the deal. My Aunt Joan told my mother that Ray loves comedy. This is when Ray was a kid. I mean, he was really young. So my mother told Ray, she sat him down. She goes, I think that you're going to have a very, very successful show on TV with comedy. He did. He definitely had that. And it was really very cool because my mother had nothing to do with being a psychic, although my mother nurtured what I do. My father just worked on heavy construction on Long Island Expressway. Do you ever hear that Long Island Expressway? You never
She
heard
left,
it?
no, she left New Jersey young, so she won't,
Like how young?
I was 15.
she was young. She wouldn't remember.
Does everybody else left when they were 15 or just you?
Just I was the youngest. I'm the baby.
She's the baby of the bunch.
But you left by yourself at 15. I just asked you if
Oh
it
no,
was
actually,
just you.
she stayed. Sorry,
I said,
stayed,
was it
and I
just
went
you?
with my mom. Yes.
Okay, all done. Cashier.
My mom thinks you and my sister are cahoots on the phone.
Yes, we're talking back and forth again.
No,
We're doing readings for each other right now. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming on. Thanks for being good sports. And I will be sure to make fun of you each and every day when I post this. But when are you going to come read for us? You can quit your day job, which you really don't have because it's not real. It's not a real job. So, like, you get dressed up, you drive. Well, that doesn't count. I gotta get in a car and drive. You could drive around the block from now on, please, and just like pull back into your driveway and say I'm at work, and you know, then you get out, and you have to unlock the door, and pretend that you're at a place with a little cup of coffee. We can both come at the same time. I think
I don't
I guess she just invited herself.
do.
Hot sausage, meatballs. Okay. I lately I've been having spinach ravioli. This is a ravioli that's actually very good for you. If my phone was with me, which it is, it's on the floor. No, I have the app that app that tells you what food is good for you and what food is not good for you. Do you have that app? Why? It's a little carrot. It's called Yuka or Yuka. Well, you're deprived. But I am going to tell you and this is not an advertisement, everybody, just so you know. But I just purchased it. It is called RANA. It's 57 out of 100. So all the other ones are like 20 out of 100. That's how we go food shopping. How stupid are we?
Why not? I mean, hey, it tells you what food's healthy.
It tells
can
you
read.
what's good for you and what. So just to give you a heads up, it also does tanning lotion, and so Hawaiian Tropic is actually really poor for you. But bubbly, that non-soda product, but it's bubbly. 100 out of 100, I believe it is. 100 out of 100. It tastes just like soda. So I advise you guys to get that. I'm getting the hell out of here. You guys have a blessed day. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Right to the camera. There it is. Okay, see you. Bye.